And the Trans-Siberian Orchestra comes to town this week, and while they'll spend only one day in Memphis, their impact will last all year long. This is something TSO does in every city. The group donates $1 from every ticket sold to a local charity, and we're thrilled to have TSO guitarist Al Petrelli on the phone. Al, welcome back to Memphis.
Good morning, and thanks for having me on this morning. How are my guys doing over there? Pretty good?
Hey, we are pretty good, especially since TSO is coming to town. For those who have maybe never been at a live TSO concert, or for those who have gone to every one you've had, you all always take it up a notch. Describe the scene for us this week at the FedEx Forum.
Well, what we try to do is we have two groups of people. We have people who, like you just said, are going to be coming for the very first time, and we're going to give them the biggest rock and roll concert of their life. We also have a group of people that I like to consider my repeat offenders who have been coming back year after year after year. And these folks are just have fallen in love with a show that my boss Paul O'Neill had written, or a story, I should say, a rock opera called Christmas Eve and Other Stories, which they've adopted as part of their holiday tradition. So we're going to have the familiar portion of the evening with them for that portion of the show. But in the front and the back of it is going to just be so over the top with the pyro, the lasers, the moving trusses, the video screens, that they're going to get like a brand new show, even though they may have seen it for a couple of years now. For everybody, it's like there's 2 or 3 generations of families that can sit together and enjoy just a beautifully well choreographed and orchestrated evening. For about 2.5 hours, you're going to have the time of your life, I promise you that.
You always do turn it up. And the other thing you do, Al, over the last 10 years, TSO's raised something like $8-9 million for charity. Why is it so important that TSO keeps giving back, particularly to groups like this year's charity organization, Little Kids Rock? Why is that so important?
Well, we've been coming through that community for so long, and you guys have embraced us as part of your own. So we feel it part of our duty that it's not so much Trans-Siberian Orchestra giving back to the community, but the community of Memphis giving back to itself. I think our job is to kind of maybe elbow everybody in the ribs a little bit, say, hey, you know what, it's the holiday season, and there are a lot of people who are a lot less fortunate than most of us. So why don't we just kind of like, scratch our heads from it and try to do something good? And if we can get that mindset straight throughout the holiday season, maybe that'll permeate the rest of the year as well and just make it a little bit better of a planet.
Love that attitude. Thank you so much, Al, for taking some time for us this morning. We will see you at the FedEx Forum. For all our viewers, all the information on your screen about where you can get your tickets. Thanks, Al.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you all so much, and happy holidays.
All right, you too. AC?
NBC, of course, Al gave us a scoop on how TSO is helping Little Kids Rock with their donation, but what exactly is this program? Drew Davison is with Memphis City Schools, who oversees the Little Kids Rock program in local schools. Drew, glad to have you here on Live at 9.
Thank you very much for having me.
We know Little Kids Rock is this incredible organization, but what exactly, for those who don't know, what exactly does it do?
Little Kids Rock has been in Memphis since 2003, and they've helped us by providing about $100,000 worth of instruments and curriculum support to our teachers to help get instruments in the hands of those students who really want to be engaged in the learning process.
And why is that so important? Because to get the smaller kids to have their hands on these instruments at a very early age, what does that do?
Well, there's a whole growing body of research that shows that kids engaged in arts instruction, there's a lot of benefits. Increased standardized test scores, upwards of 52% more likely to attend college for those people engaged in arts instruction. I think it's also really important to talk about that the arts really educate the heart as well as the mind and the body. I think there's a tendency, people think that education just reaches the mind. And with kids involved in Little Kids Rock and all of our arts programs.
And very quickly here, Drew, it's so cool to have so many great partners like TSO and others as well, right?
That's right. And so in Memphis City Schools, we have a program called Arts Fest. It'll happen at the end of March, March 30th and 31st, and it shows what Little Kids Rock. We have partners like Sun Studio, where if you want to drop off an instrument, you can take it to Sun Studio and they get it in the hands of a child. Over 25 local arts agencies are involved in this work.
Very good. Drew, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
All right.